Hello, this is Fawn and Fire Intuitive, and I am doing June readings. Woohoo! This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this video doesn't resonate with you, please check out my videos for your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email's down in the box below. Let's see, Taurus, what else? Oh, I'm on Instagram, so if you guys are on there, I'd love it if you'd follow me so we can connect. It is Fawn and Fire Intuitive, okay? Let's see what's going on for Taurus. Time to heal in the reverse. This is the snake spirit animal, and it's number 55. So 5 and 5 together is 10, which is completion of a cycle. But because it's in reverse and on the numbers 5 and 5, it tells me you're holding back. And when I think about the snake, you could be holding back, or you could be dealing with someone holding back, or you might feel like there's some sort of oppression holding you back from being able to let go of a cycle. But, you know, the snake, it's low to the ground. It crawls on its belly. And it has a lot of significance, you know, in folklore, in the Bible. And I know that there are some really positive meanings to the snake as well, but right now what I'm feeling, Taurus, you're clinging to you or someone you're dealing with, to like the basest and most basic parts of your nature. You're like being encouraged to go higher, to complete a cycle. Could be to let something go. It could be to change a certain way of thinking. And it's kind of like limbo. I mean, you may feel in limbo, but the game limbo, it's like, you know, you got to go under the bar. Dun, 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 dun. And I feel like that's what's happening. It's like you're trying to find a way to keep the lowest profile possible because you don't want to necessarily deal with certain things. Fox spirit, thinking on your feet. So both of these, this is number 27, this is 9, you know, so again, like getting close to the end of the cycle, but clinging. And it's interesting. It's interesting that both of these came out because both of these have a very similar energy to me. Part of the reason you're trying to like escape, fly under the radar, like stick close to the ground, just like get through. You know, it's possible you feel overwhelmed, but you are thinking kind of on the defense. You know, you're using your intelligence, your wisdom, your smarts to size up a situation. Okay, what's the quickest way, the best way to sneak through this one, get through this one? You know, you're limiting yourself. You're using very limited aspects of yourself right now because you're not wanting to reach the end of a cycle. Either you're not wanting to let something go, you're not wanting to change your perspective. You're resisting healing in certain aspects. It's interesting because I was recently talking to a Taurus who said they were way far away from where they needed to be, healing-wise. And I didn't say anything at the time, but after the conversation I was thinking, and I was like, really, you're not. Like, it's already who you are. But when we limit ourselves, you know, when we stick close to the ground, we stay undercover, or we're just constantly like on the defense and we're not going to deal with things until it's in our face and we have to deal with it. And then, you know, we might push it off, but finally, okay, I'll just deal with this and then back under the radar. Like, healed is who you already are. Whole, strong, smart, powerful, beautiful, handsome, abundant. It's who you already are. Are you remembering who you really are, or are you afraid of facing that? Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? You see how fragmented she is. Let's see if anything else comes out. The initiation, rite of passage, you're going somewhere sacred. Okay, so, I mean, you know, the gateway's open. The gateway's open for you to go someplace. And you're kind of going through a rite of passage right now. I think this month you're going to be shedding skin. And some of the ways that you've thought on your feet, not only is it not going to, you're not going to necessarily be able to finagle things or be finagled, but you're also, what was I going to say? You're also going to feel a little bit dissatisfied, possibly. Actually, I feel like that's already been happening with these like 2 Scorpio full moons, and now we just had the Gemini new moon on June 3rd. And Gemini new moons, I think they're powerful because they help integrate. You know, we tend to shed our skin with that Scorpio full moon, and then the Gemini new moon, we bring together the aspects of ourselves that we've been trying to keep separate. And that's what keeps us like having to like think on our feet, and we feel like we're just surviving. 6 of Cups in reverse. So this is nostalgia. This is, it's peace. Just kind of that like halcyon feeling of just like being able to just enjoy the moment. Some of you, you know, because you've reached this place where you're having to hide so much of yourself, or you're dealing with someone who's hiding so much of themselves, it's kind of like you realize, I can't go back to how things were. I can't. 9 of Hazards. This is good. And what's interesting about this, in this card, in the Zombie Tarot deck, she's looking out the window at a zombie, almost like, you know, recalling the past, how things were, but it's dead. The way things were in the past, it's never going to be like that again. 7 of Swords in reverse. 7 of Swords indicates, you know, it is like the lying, stealing, cheating card, because you can see she's like kicking some guy down the stairs to the zombie. So apparently he did something wrong. It's being betrayed by somebody, and it can be betraying yourself. Sometimes I notice, you know, in the original tarot, he's carrying 5 swords over his shoulder and he's leaving 2. And I think those are the 2 thoughts that you need to explore, because swords in tarot are thoughts. So you're like running away with the thoughts that serve you, that you're thinking on your feet, the thoughts that back up your plan, what you want. But it's possible that it's those 2 thoughts you left behind. The thing you don't want to see, the thing you don't want to hear. And we have the 7 of Swords in reverse next to the 9 of Hazards. So you're not going back. You're going forward. It's going to look different from now on. Five of Cups in reverse. You know, Five of Cups is an energy, it's mourning the past, mourning what you thought, mourning what died. Some of you have really lost something that was important to you. I mean, that's clear because it's like you can't go back. But it's making you stronger. Like this month, you're going to be getting things around you. You're going to be feeling stronger. You're going to be more focused on you. Financially, materially, your own stability. You're going to be feeling stronger. And that thinking on your feet, like not being willing to heal, not being willing to like actually face things, that energy is lifting. This like being hyper focused on the negative or grieving, that's lifting. You're aligning your life and it's taking you somewhere good. You see the darkness. Woo, it's 11:11 on the clock as I said that, and I got chills right as it turned 11:11. The portal's open to something new. You look, it's moving towards the light. Like you're kind of done staying in the darkness, being stuck. You're not going back to the past. And you're not just looking for something idyllic. This month, I feel like you're going to kind of see this shift where you are looking for something that's real, that makes you feel good, where you're not sneaking around, where you're not having to be focused on the negative all the time. You're not grieving. You have the Knight of Swords. You could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. You know, this can be very quick incoming communication if you're waiting to hear from somebody. This can be a truth coming in quickly. It can also be a harsh truth realized. You know, you look at this guy, he's ready for battle, guns a-blazing. What is this? What's coming in fast? It's almost like you're feeling good, and then, you know, and that's the thing too. If you're feeling good, and it's like you're not lying to yourself anymore, you're not being negative. Sometimes you have to be careful of like pride creeping in there, because we're like, I got it together. I got the answers. I figured it out. And we can come off a little harsh to other people. The Fool. This can be a trip. You know, literally you could be traveling this month with this Knight of Swords, a quick trip. You know, he's obviously headed somewhere and there's like a hand waving at him. Some of you have someone from the past that you do not want coming back, trying to come back in. But you also have like a new beginning, and it's coming quick. And it's kind of like as soon as you're like acknowledging this truth and you're not, you're getting out of that prison of your mind that you were kind of stuck in. Like quickly, the truth comes in, you accept it, and you're like moving on to something new. And you know, for some of you, something's coming up this month. It's gonna kind of seem like a harsh truth, but it's gonna kind of break the prison, like the lies you've been telling yourself, or the regret, the guilt, the negativity, looking at like what is spilled, what's not working out, instead of looking at what's working out. And you've been thinking for a while that you could do this slow. We have the Knight of Hazards. Something's coming in where you're moving into something new quickly. Everything is getting shattered, and it's happening because I saw glass shattering. Her face looked like glass shattering. It's like things are shattering, but it's happening to like send you into something new. The initiation, you're going somewhere sacred. It could be that you were moving slow, and this might feel faster than you're comfortable for, but like now that as soon as the prison of your mind is lifted, there's this momentum behind it, sending you forward. So you could be dealing with another earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, 10 of Cups can represent family, emotional satisfaction. Some of you are gonna have some delays like on a family vacation, I think. Just stay positive. It'll be good. You're going to feel a little out of balance because what you thought was your emotional satisfaction, it's turning out not to be. What you thought was like the plan, it's turning out not to be. And in fact, some of this truth coming in could be there could be some upsetting things with family. It might like just shake the foundation for a little while, but it could have been out of balance already. And we have the Two of Cups. We're going to look more into that. This is a connection. This is a reciprocal, loving relationship, accepting each other's differences. It's an equal give and take. Six of Swords. So you're definitely moving on from something. Something that was clearly weighing you down, and it's lifting now. You realize possibly that you don't have teamwork with someone that you thought you had teamwork with. And there's just not really a stable offer there right now. And it could be that you thought this was your forever plan. And you know, this is the only 10 we have. I mentioned the 10 earlier. You're avoiding healing because you don't want to let go of something. And then we have this 10 of Cups. Ultimate fulfillment, ultimate satisfaction in reverse. There's a delay on it. I'm going to clarify that one some more too. The Empress, not really wanting a new beginning. We have like all the nines here. Nine of Hazards, Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups we don't have yet. The wish is coming true. So you've been staying in like, but I feel like this is the catalyst. Starting to care more about yourself, feeling better about yourself. You know, something came in that like shocked your world. And it was there to like build you up and help you remember who you are. And you tried to like lie to yourself about it possibly. You know, focused a little bit on the negative. But now things are speeding up and the prison of your mind is lifting. And you're getting over the like, you know, it's been a battle. You were tired. You're tired of the battle. You're tired of the stress and the sleepless nights. And the fact is, whatever's happening that's actually going to start to bring things about, there could be a little bit more of that because there isn't a lot of teamwork going on. Not everything is destroyed though. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. You know, I feel like possibly you've been focused because I said you're focusing on the fives. Let's see, we have the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles out here. It could be you're focusing on not wanting to like cause someone else hurt or pain, not wanting to be left out in the cold, be broke, be homeless. But it's kind of like looking at those two fives. Yes. Page of Cups in reverse. Being able to speak your truth. You know, his mouth is like there's something over it. So, you know, someone's like just staying in their head, keeping their head disconnected from their heart. So they're thinking about all the what ifs. Okay, I'll deal with it when I get there. But they don't want to look at like who they really are, what they really want. I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to go on to the Two of Cups, Knight of Wands. You know, this is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You have all the knights here almost, except for Knight of Cups. You know, this is kind of that fox energy. What's going to make me feel good right now? What's going to How can I fix this? How can I fix that? It's kind of like going in really quick with passion, but it burns out fast. Six of Hazards, just chasing after something like ever elusive off in the distance. Seven of Hazards. Okay, let's pull some love cards. So yeah, there's definitely a need not to stay on this hamster wheel, but to really look at the things that are conflicting to you. You know, I said with that Seven of Swords, and 5 and 10 is very significant in this reading. That he takes the 5 swords, the ones that he wants, and he leaves the 2 behind, the 2 that are in the upright. Don't avoid things because you're uncomfortable with like what the outcome might be, there's a story you could be telling yourself that's causing a delay from you actually being able to, it's like maybe you want to control it, you want to rationalize it. All right, so we have the Two of Cups here, which I want to look into more. Engagement. Your love life is heading to a higher level of ascending to a higher level of commitment. Taurus. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Align your life. What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? What are the 2 swords you don't want to look deep into? Because you need to keep an open mind. You know, that's why we're getting out of that 9 of Swords energy. We're going to examine all the swords. Why? What is the motivator? You know, you may have had one plan. 10 of Cups in reverse. You may be being called to like trust, to accept. To trust and go towards the light. What's hiding in the shadows? Because you have the Two of Cups here. Well, I said what's hiding in the shadows, and the shadow deck just jumped out to me. So let's see what's hiding in the shadows. Ooh. Fragmentation. Then we have align your life. Then we have Queen of My World. So let's see, what's this fragmentation say? You give away so much of yourself. Like you don't necessarily remember your own power to create what you want to create. You put so much of it outside of you, so worried about who you're going to disappoint. Like doors open, things happen, you get inspired, but maybe you don't take... You excuse it away. You think on your feet like, oh, one day, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not strong enough yet. What's happening? Like, you're not necessarily content. And really, like, you might be feeling angry at others, but really you're angry at yourself. Because others have expectations on you because maybe you haven't necessarily spoken up and said what you really want. Haven't really even been willing to say to yourself, like, wait, what do I deserve? What do I want? Why do I feel this way? You take the truth that's comfortable and you leave the 2 swords behind. Losing a sense of self is a crescendo of noise, a decrescendo of pain and a prelude to nothingness. And that's why all of this, whoa, Taurus, like you're being propelled towards something beautiful. Like look at that world in there. But you are staying. Fives are the hardest energy, one of the hardest to deal with when you're facing them. Because it's all about competition and ego and hurt and disappointment and guilt and shame and rage and competition. And you're staying there. You just keep repeating the 5 cycle. And because you don't want to face it, you kind of go to the 9s. Like, okay, well, what's going to make me feel good about myself? And like when it hits you in the face, you're like, okay, you pull up the energy you have left and you're like, okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix that right now. I'll give you the time you want. I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you. Because you want acceptance. You don't want to hurt people. But some of you have lost yourself in all of this noise. And you feel good for a little while, but when you make someone else happy. But I don't know that you're going to get to your ultimate satisfaction that way. If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh were turned to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dreams to fly were forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and lost, broken, beyond recognition. Not by shallow sight of bystanders who can pity but who can't understand. I can't even recognize myself. Through the sobs, through the tears, when silence finally comes, through the empty motions and conventional smiles, who did this to me? I did, maybe not. What is broken can be mended. Not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells its name anew. My name. And who will do that to me? I will. Your old life, that 6 of Cups, the old dreams, the old things you thought made you feel good, they're not aligning with who you've become. And you're having to stay close to the ground. You're having to try to wiggle your way through. You're having to think fast on your feet to try to make it still all work. But the only one who can integrate it, who can like tell the new story is you. It has to start with you. Let's see what this Queen of my world is. I set limits to my world. This is about bargaining, which is very much that fox energy, thinking on your feet. And, you know, I said that the grief season's over. That means you've been working through the stages, you know, anger, bargaining. I set limits to my world. Inside, I am queen, and outside is lost. I am my world, and my world is me. I am royalty. There is a space out and a space in. There is my realm and what is mine, and there are other places. My world is my world, and I rule. I decide the borders. I am law. You know, this is a lot about you being the queen of your world and recognizing that the reality of the world you are in, all of it, the sword you want to leave behind, the things you want to avoid, the things you're trying to stay in the darkness so that the light can't find it, that's all your world. And you're the ruler of that world. You know, so you're keeping things either compartmentalized or you're isolating yourself so that you don't have to like necessarily face things. But all of that stems from like beliefs inside, you know, that you need to free yourself from. But the good news is I saw all of that coming, keeping an open mind. There's so much good on the horizon for you. And I think this month is a little sticky because it's just finalizing like everything that you've been integrating. I know you're getting that light bulb moment. You're getting, some of you are going to be facing a harsh truth, but it's all propelling you forward. But you have the Two of Cups here, you know, fulfilling relationship with someone possibly that you already know. And some of you are really coming back into union with yourself. This was a long one, Taurus. Let me know if this resonated. So much love to you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.